brings us to the second city of Chicago. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Chicago Bears. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. You look at this Bears defense. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And for all the routes to keep an eye on in this one, they've got to find a way to take away the crossing routes. Those are the ones that when a receiver catches it on the run, those can really hurt a defense.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a 2nd and 6. First carry now for Dalvin Cook. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Robinson, he'll try the left side. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now a short one to Gesicki. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Dalvin Cook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. On play action, they'll throw. Got a man, that's Ward. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The Bears had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Schmidt. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Schmidt. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You look at this Bears defense. They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man, and are you going to win that battle? Are you going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground? Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Schmidt. And he finds McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 36 yards. And the Commanders are off to a 13-0 1st quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me,
over the middle, and there's a diving catch. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field.
Here we go, son. Let's go, Alpha right here. Right.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Here we go. This is good. Hey, Ken. Right.
Now Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Fields. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Easily. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Back to throw. Schmidt. Got his target, Samuel. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On to give. Here's Robinson. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Schmidt. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
Now, we all know that an offense coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A play fake. Now Kelly. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Kelly. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Stopped on the play by Jaquan Brisker.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
To throw on 2nd down, Schmidt. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Hand off now to Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr., his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd down, it's Bowen, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Schmidt. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Here we go, son.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to rate. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Here we go.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Hey, Ken. All right.
Here's a give up the middle. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Washington on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now, and they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught. Able to slither by. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to, whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief in, hey, we're going to get it done.
On first down, it's Kelly. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. And while you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
On the run, it's Robinson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They'll run again here with Robinson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And they will take a knee here. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they're going to start in a hole as he's... At the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with it.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
He will return this from deep.
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football.
And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
You're starting to get the sense throughout the league that more of the special teams coordinators give their guys the green light to bring the ball out because everyone wants big plays to happen. I don't know if that philosophy will hold after that error there. Turn it over that deep in their own territory.
Do guys go rogue there a lot based on feeling?
I think a lot of them just sense that they can make a play and make a huge one to help their team. And they have to have that athletic arrogance about themselves. And every now and then, though, it'll cost them. And that's what we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there. That was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy. Because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do.
They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, and the ball is knocked out. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Oh, nice move. And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, he picked up the first down, but he violated running back 101 in short yardage situations, didn't he?
I mean, with the fancy footwork?
Yes, you're supposed to just make that one cut and go. But I think that move that he made, that did allow him to pick up the first down. Without it, I don't think he gets it.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Cameron Kerr. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, get the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying.
Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, Bowen. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch. Back now here on EA Sports. They got to get to the 23 here on third. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw here complete to Ward.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch.
And he loses the football a second time.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. First down, here's the run with Cook.
Stopped on the play by Kyler Gordon.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They'll run. It's Rodgers. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
68 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Easily. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Commander's going to bring out the field goal unit. This a 31-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
He will return this from deep in the end. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Don't jump. Ready?
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
2nd and 6.
Hey, 11.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Here's Fields.
That is caught and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. He got halfway home there, down to the 1, but a good job of keeping him out of the end zone.
Exactly. Halfway home isn't all the way home, right? So they feel pretty good about keeping him out on that play.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
They snap it to Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. A short kick, but a fair catch called for. Might be second-guessing that one. They'll begin at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed